What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Yeah, man. This kind of coincides right here with the same thing. It's the same topic, though. You know what I'm saying? As far as China, it's the same topic. That's why I was just like, it's the same topic. So I was just going to touch on the China's anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the same topic. But I know people was probably, thinking I was gonna go in on China, but I'm gonna just keep it a buckaroo. The era that I come from, bro, that was a norm. Not to say that is right. You know what I mean? I've never dabbled, but that was a norm. It was even normal for you to see like a 15, 16-year old and I was like 22, 23. Like that was normal. Like I spoke on this, multiple times. Like when I was 15, girls that was my age, that was 15, that we liked and we was trying to date, they wouldn't date us. They was looking for the dudes that was 20 and 20 something and all that. But, you know, yeah, that was just like a norm. That was a norm. But like I said, it's I'm not condoning it because I never did it. You know, but it was 100% definitely a norm. Dudes used to be on the corner, and them schoolgirls used to be coming past, and I used to watch niggas. I used to watch niggas get at them like they was grown, bro, and they used to be going. No, and it just wasn't none of my business. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, I ain't doing that. You know what I mean? I wouldn't chance it. I wouldn't chance go. I ain't going to jail with that on my name. So I just stayed away from it, act like, it never existed or act like I didn't see it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's plenty of people, you know, definitely in the urban community, bro. Definitely in the urban community. They taking down joints that's underage, bro. Now I mean, and that's a fact. Now I mean, you heard me just say I don't condone it. You know what I'm saying? But you know, you heard me just say I don't condone that. So don't ask me stupid stuff, bro. Like I said, I don't condone it. I never did it, but I seen it a lot in that era. You know, and that era, 100% seen it a lot. You know what I mean? Well, specifically, definitely in that era. And I don't know why niggas is acting like in the 50s and in the like a grown man in his mid 20s went knock on your door to date your 15-year-old, 16-year-old daughter, and I don't know why people act like that ain't exist. I don't know why people act like in them times this didn't exist. You know what I mean? Like it existed, bro. I don't know why people be trying to like act like they erased the times or people forgot like this existed, bro. Like people used to knock on your door, bro, and ask for your daughter's hand in marriage, bro, in the 40s and the 50s and all that, bro. Grown ass man knocked on your door, so, and the pops was there and the mama was there, and all you had to do was get married. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like I said, do I condone it? Have I done it? Hell to the no. But I've watched plenty of people do it and dabble in it. But some people got caught and paid the piper. Some people got caught, paid the piper. Some people didn't get caught. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Some people got caught up and some people didn't, man. But just getting on this Brandy topic, Brandy is saying Brandy saying that one of the guys from Boyztomen slept with her when she was 16 and he was 22. See, what I got to say to that is you knew how old he was. Like, bro, at 15, 16, you're not stupid. I don't care what nobody say. You might could be influenced, yeah, I give you that. You might could be, influenced, but you're not stupid. You're not dumb. You know what I'm saying? You know right from wrong at them ages. At 15, 16, you know right from wrong, bro. You might could be influenced, but you definitely, I don't care, even through that influence, you still know right from wrong. You know when somebody influencing you to do some dumb shit. You know when somebody influencing you, you know what I'm saying? You know, bro. You know what I'm saying? I felt like in that time space, that's what she wanted. She wanted to do it. She knew the concept. She knew all the repercussions that could come about with that, with anybody finding out or her parents finding out. Or she knew everything. Everything was already tallied up when she made the decision to sleep with him, to have sex with him, bro. Everything was already calculated, bro. She already thought out her mama finding, her daddy finding out. She already thought all that out already, bro. So that means she was content, okay, and consensual with it, bro. To come out all these years later and be like, oh, he slept with me when I was 16, you painting a narrative that he just took advantage of you because you was 16. Nah, nigga. I'm not letting her go with that, bro. Know what I'm saying? I'm not letting her go with that, homie. I'm not letting her go with that. Other people might be like, oh, she was a kid. Yeah, she was a kid, bro. But at the same time, anybody that was 15 and 16 on this live stream know that you're not stupid at 15 and 16. You're not slow at 15 and 16. You know right from wrong at 15 and 16. You know what I'm saying? So, exactly. She was fast, bro. Exactly. She was a fast ass. And in the singing world back then, Boys to Men was those guys. You see what I'm saying? Back then, Boys to Men was those guys. So she probably got starstruck or whatever. Some 15, 16 late bloomer schemes still act like kids. Nah, but not us. Not us in that era, you heard? We ain't act like kids, bro. Not us and not in that era. Not we ain't act like this generation act like they 15 and 16-year-olds. You know what I mean? This generation act like that. Our generation, you couldn't tell dudes was just, you had to ask a nigga how old was they because either life had them looking older than what they was. Either life had them niggas looking older than what they was, right? Either hard life had them looking older than what they was, bro, or they were just mature enough. Times was hard, times is more different. You had to deal with a lot of things that you just had to accept back then. It wasn't too much of a fuss. You know what I mean? It was just, morally everything was just more rougher, but yeah, I'ma say she knew what she was doing, bro. And I don't care what nobody say, dog. You heard? Word, I don't care what nobody say, bro. You dig? Like, I felt like she knew what she was doing, bro. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way you don't know. it's wrong to have sex with a 22-year-old. And then it's like, at that age, how did he get you somewhere alone to even do that at 16 years old? You know what I'm saying? Where's your parental guidance at? You know what I'm saying? Like, how at 16 did he even get you anywhere by yourself to have sex with you, bro? And you're 16. Where your mama at? Where your father at? You know what I'm saying? Like, where's these people at, homie? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? You 16 years old. Where's your mama, bro? Where's your daddy? Where's at least one parental gotta? You know what I mean? You ain't, you know what I mean? We like, how are you alone with a 22-year-old man at 16 years old, bro? And now he could deny it. He could deny it, bro. He could come out and deny it. That's what I'm saying. I said that's what I said. They didn't even like guys they age back then, bro. I was there, so I know, bro. When I was 15, son, the girls that was 15 my age would not date us, bro. They would not mess with us. They used to be like, oh, y'all my age. I ain't nah. I don't I like older guys. Word, we used to be heartbroken. We used to be heartbroken back in the days. All the fly joints, all the nice joints ain't want to mess with us, bro. They mess with older niggas from the block that was getting money, niggas selling drugs and getting money. That all them niggas was like 20, 22, 21, 23. Word up with the sad face. That's a fact, bro. All of us used to be sick, bro. We used to actually hate older niggas, bro. Like, word, son. We used to be like, like, word, son. We used to be calling them pedophiles and shit. The drug dealers used to come pick them up from the school. Yeah, that too. That's that too. Drug dealers used to come, yup, come in their whips, pick them up from school. You thinking that that's their relative. See, now that I reflect on it, back then, I used to be thinking that was their relative or their brother or they pops coming to pick them up. Nah, nigga, that was the neighborhood hustler nigga coming to pick them up, piping them up and all that. You know what I'm saying? That's why they getting all them fresh joints. They coming to school with all them fresh joints and fresh gear because he lacing them up to keep their mouth shut. Yeah, you buying them the brand new joints, buying them the brand new, you know what I mean? Whatever they want, getting their hair done, nails done. So they growing up fast. You know what I'm saying? Yup. Hell yeah. Yeah. But back then, it used to be like, I used to think it used to be their relatives picking them up. Relatives, you know what I'm saying? Pops, uncle, or something like that. But yeah, when you get older, you realize that wasn't their family members, nigga. That was, you realize that wasn't their family members, nigga. That was the niggas that was getting money, that was piping them. That's a fact. Say it's they uncle till they pregnant. Yup, that's a fact. Yep, that's a fact. They used to be saying it was their uncle or their cousin. Cousin or uncle was their favorite joint. That's my cousin. But like, nigga, y'all know this nigga whole family. You was not his cousin, bruh. Like when they used to try to run that on niggas that know niggas, I was like, man, you was not his cousin, bruh. Stop playing with me, nigga. Like, I know this nigga whole family, nigga, both sides. Nigga, I ain't never seen you a day in my life, nigga. And no functions, no barbecues, no parties, nothing, nigga. You ain't his cousin, nigga. You just, you know what I mean? Like, whoa, I used to be, yeah. Yeah, that's a fact. Super fact. But yeah, can't nobody tell me, bro, that she didn't know. Definitely in that era right there, all the women was messing with older women. I mean, older men, bro. All the women was messing with older men, bro. All the women, bro. Don't let Brandy fool y'all like she was just a victim. I ain't going for it, bro. I don't think y'all know how big Boys to Men was back then, bro. She probably was riding. Yeah, she probably was riding, bro. I don't think y'all understand how big Boys to Men was, bro. Whoever's the biggest singing group right now, whoever's selling the most records right now as a singing group, that's who Boys to Men was back then, nigga. Whoever right now is the most popular singing group is who Boys to Men was back then, bro. Big record sales, all that, nigga. See what I'm saying? So she probably was riding. Exactly. Their music was everywhere, bro. So their music was at wedding. Yeah, their music was everywhere, bro, back then. Definitely in the mid 90s. Yeah, mid 90s, they was everywhere, bro. So she probably was starstruck or dick riding and probably was just genuinely feeling them. I think that's the lead singer too. I think he's the lead singer, if I'm correct. Ain't this the lead singer? Ain't this the lead singer, y'all? Ain't homie the lead singer in the crew? He said Kobe tapped it too. But I don't like how she trying to victimize the situation. She trying to act like she was like a victim, and I don't like that. I don't like that because I was there in the '90s, bro. You know, they did not mess with people their age, bro. They didn't. They didn't mess with men their age. Brandy once said at least 15 years ago, Boys and Men member was abusive to her, but she did not name the member. Social media was not what it was today, so her allegation went under the radar. Mmm. Mmm. Yeah, some of the older women too need to be locked up. Yup, that's a fact. But we looked at it at we men. You know what I'm saying? A lot of older women need to be locked up too. Son, they took advantage of a lot of niggas cradles out here. But we was told to look at it like a badge of honor because we men. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't taught to look at it like we was victims. You know what I'm saying? We was taught to look at it like, oh, you getting some cheeks, you just getting it early. that, that's how we was taught to look at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you just getting some cheeks. That's it. You know what I mean? They didn't care that the lady was 25 years older than you. You know what I'm saying? They didn't care. It's only a double-edged sword. Like you see all these hoes on Instagram, you see them on Facebook, you see them say all type of rolling with the auntie cougar thing and you know making all these skits about being a cougar and being a like a young niggas. But as soon as a man do it, oh, why you can't find nobody your age? That's just nasty. You robbing a cradle. Oh, it's just a bunch of gaslighting when it come to men. You heard? When it come to men doing it, wanting a younger woman, we get fried tomatoes, nigga. They gonna fry goddamn tomatoes, nigga. If it's you know what I mean? Yep. Most definitely, man. Most definitely. 2007. Um, Hitting the older chick a bet. That's what how we was taught. See, we was taught to think like that. We was taught to think like, yo, we the man, but you got taken advantage of too, nigga. You got groomed too, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like you got groomed too, nigga. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. When I was 18, that was 35, nigga. What you think? Boy, I was 18 with a bitch that was 35, boy, and I just turned when I was messing with her, I just turned 18, nigga. And she knew that, nigga. Like I was like when I was messing with her, like probably 3 months into messing with her, I turned 18, nigga. And she knew that, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But word, bro, like it's just they need to treat all this the same way, bro. When women do it, they need to have the same energy, bro. You know what I mean? Because that ain't right and that ain't fair. You know what I'm saying? Word. You know what I'm saying? You said when I was when I was 40, I was 15. I had a bro 40. She had to go to New York City to get an abortion. Yeah, bro. Trust me, bro. I know, bro. So yeah, they'll groom you too and be, you know, grooming you too. What you think that be about when an older women, that's sexual, bro. Ain't nothing but, you know, that's just nothing but sexual, bro. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, salute, man, to the dragon, solar dragon. Salute, man. But yeah, that's just yeah, man, that's just crazy, bro. You know what I mean? It's just crazy, bro. They need to have the same standards for women that they have for men, bro. You know what I mean? Ain't no passes, bro. If you doing some pedo stuff, you doing some pedo stuff. Yeah, they need to stop giving women passes, bro. You know what I mean? And lynch more and lynching men. Um, but yeah, man. I know. Yeah. I think it's this, man. You wait all these years to come out and say this. You know, that'd be my thing. Why wait all these years to come out and say these things? Even though social media wasn't how it was back then, magazines was though, because I had subscription to every goddamn one. Sister, Double XL, The Source, The King, The Smooth Magazine, The Vibe. Can't remember no more right now. Yo, Buckshot, man, salute, bro. I see you, man. Salute, man. Appreciate you, bro. Setting it off on the cash app. So even though social media wasn't like that back then, I'ma say that she still could have publicly came out and said that, and it would have got the same attention in the magazine, in the newspaper world, as in today's social media. You know what I mean? So my thing be like, why? Why after all these years you want to come out now though? You know what I'm saying? Like that'd be like, why now? Why you want to clear your conscience now? All those years, now you want to clear your conscience that you consensually had sex with a Boyz II Men member. You didn't say that he forced you. You didn't say that he raped you. You said he had sex with you when you were 16 years old. You didn't say he forced you. You ain't say he raped you. You ain't say he manipulated you. You ain't say none of that. All you say is that you had sex with him when you were 16 years old. So that tells me everything I need to know. I don't know about other people, but that tells me everything I need to know. She didn't say she was taken advantage of. Her statement was hold on one second. Yeah, she didn't say she was taken advantage of. She said she's phases confirms Wayna Morris of Boyz II Men pursued and slept with her when she was 16 years old and he was 22. I was a child and he was an adult. It's time the world understood the difference. You knew the difference, though. This is what I'm trying to say. I'm not giving Brandy no pass for that, bro. She knew the difference. She knew the difference, and she liked him that much. Just like the younger girls when I was young, like the older men that much to mess with them and to have sex with them. That's just a point blank for me, bro. You know, I could see if she said that he raped her, he forced her, he took advantage of her, he drugged her, or he put some in a drink, or any of those things. I could see if she came out and said those things like, yo, he ain't right. I was 16. I had a couple drinks. Next thing you know, I was passed and he was on top of me. Or if it was anything on that line, then I'd have been like, yeah, son is a wicked nigga. I'ma say that he's wrong for engaging, knowing her age, and that's about it. But from her standpoint and nah, bro, I ain't going for that. That's is what I'm saying. This is what I said. These niggas was the man back then. These Boyz II Men was those niggas back then. They was those niggas. Like I said, like they was the niggas. Like definitely on the R&B tip, it was Boyz II Men back then. As far as groups, it was Boyz II Men. It was Jodeci. Back then, yep, it was Jodeci, Boyz II Men. Who else, y'all? Who else y'all was out back? Who else y'all was out back then? Boyz II Men, Jodeci. Men groups, though. We talking men groups. Talking men groups, y'all. Now we talking men groups. Who else as a group was out back then? I know Boyz II Men and Jodeci definitely. Those two definitely. Yeah, yeah, those two definitely, bro. But no, men groups, bro. Men groups. Men. Drew Hill was out, definitely. Drew Hill, definitely. Drew Hill. 112, definitely. Definitely. I said Jodeci. But yeah, Drew Hill, 112, Jodeci. Yeah, facts. He said Bell Ball. Yeah, he said that shit like the song Bell Babe DeVoe. Nah, Jagged Edge wasn't out back then, bro. You heard? New Edition wasn't out. Son, New Edition wasn't. Yo, New Edition was faded in the 90s. Nigga, like 90 in the mid 90s, nigga, New Edition was a rap. It was a rap for New Edition around that time. Yeah, New Edition was, yeah, New Edition, 9-5, nah. Nah, fam. Or am I tripping? New Edition wasn't. Yeah, New Edition wasn't popping in no 9-5, man. We talking about R&B groups that was popping in 95, 96, around that little era right there, 97, around that little gap right there, you heard? But yeah, man. I feel like she wasn't no victim though. I feel like, you know, whatever dream he sold her, and then after popping her, however he treated her after that, that's what played a part in today's cleansing of her soul. That's what I think, bro. Because when you do it dirty, bro, they never forget that shit. So he might have sweet talked her. You're going to be my wife. You're going to be my boo-boo. You're going to be my sweetheart. You're going to be my... he got them cookies and probably was like, bitch, out of here, bitch. You know what I mean? Started treating her like a regular Joe Schmo bitch. You know what I'm saying? And bitches never forget that shit, bro. Hell have no fury like a woman scorned, nigga. You can believe that shit. Hell have no fury like a woman scorned, bro. So you see what she said when Brandy was like, oh, he used to be calling up bitches and he was abusive and all that. I'm telling you, bro, he probably cracked her chestnut, right? Got it from her and started treating her like a normal, regular. Come on, this is Boyztomen in the mid-90s, homie. You know how much of a superstar that nigga was? You know how much cakes that nigga was smacking, nigga, back then, nigga? And then Brandy, come on, Brandy was an average Joe Schmo back then, nigga. She was Joe average. So she was below average, nigga. Brandy, nigga. Brandy was below average, bro, back then, bro. You know how many that was super badder than Brandy back then, nigga? You know what I mean? Like, you know how many that was super badder than Brandy, nigga? And he was boys to men back then, nigga. Let's think about that for a second. So she was the average schmo. He probably smacked it. You know what I mean? Kept her around for a little round, but he probably, mediocre it out. You know what I'm saying? Treated her like nothing. And she probably remembered that, bro. I think he left her for Adina Howard. You see? Look. She wants sympathy for something. She said, I'm going to sacrifice him so the other niggas don't come out and say they hit it like Mace and Sean did. I'm going to keep it a buck, bro. That's what I think happened. I think she was probably scarred from however he treated her. You know what I'm saying? However he treated her, she was probably scarred from it, and she never forgot it. You know what I'm saying? Like, trust me, man, there's a lot of females out here like that, man. They be scarred from situations, they never forget it, bro. It be on a biscuit, nigga. Like, they'll be telling a 10th man about that shit. Yeah, man, I remember, man, my mom. They be, you know what I mean? Like, that shit be on a biscuit forever, bro. I know. I believe it. I believe it. I don't believe she was, I believe it was consensual. And she thought it was going to be something other than it was. And he treated her like the average Joe Schmo chick, and she didn't like it. And she was probably forced to deal with it. And then once, she just dealt with it on her own, she probably left it like, you know what, I ain't dealing with this. You know what I'm saying? And just broke out. But sometimes females never got over that shit. They never got over you cheating, get met multiple chicks. And then, like I said, you don't know how these niggas was treated. Niggas be doing shit in bitches' faces, some niggas, bro. They'll have another broad come over while you in the living room, son. They don't give a flying. You know what I'm saying? You ain't see that movie, The Preacher's Daughter or something like that, when he was bringing chicks over right in front of her and all that. You don't know how. You don't know the level of. You don't know the level of how much a person took. You know what I'm saying? And disrespect. You know, and yeah, you don't know the level of how much disrespect somebody's took. So when they leave, they be scarred from that shit. You know what I'm saying? They may not know that they scarred, or they may know that they scarred, and they never got over that shit. Some people be want closure. Why you think a lot of females after they be done get done dirty so much by their baby fathers or whoever they was with for a long time? They always want closure. They always want to just have that conversation of why you treated me like that, or why you hit me, or why you was, you know what I'm saying? Why you think they always want closure, bro? Like why you treated me like that? Why you did this to me? And why you think they always be wanting that shit, bro? I think somehow that's what happened to Brandy, bro. You know what I'm saying? She was probably chasing that star-studded nigga. He played her, knocked her down, treated her like the average Joe groupie, still was hitting other women. She knew about it, probably couldn't do nothing about it. She emotional, she young. You see what I'm saying? So what you think a young chick gonna do? You smashing the lights out of her shit. What you think she gonna do if you still? She's gonna still be there because she's young, nigga. She's naive. She's immature. She don't. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna hold that shit down. You know what I'm saying? So he probably was treating her. He was her first. See what I mean? So she definitely held down whatever disrespect. You see what I'm saying? He broke her virginity, told her, and whispered sweet words or nothing. Broke her virginity, did whatever he wanted, probably treated her like the regular, and she was hurt. Never forgot about that shit, bro. Word, never forgot about it, bro. That's what that shit screaming to me. She never forgot about the hurt, the disrespect after she gave her virginity to that nigga, and he treated her like that. Trust me. Might be the reason for all those hits. Word up. Yup, she was young, went for the game. He was kicking. As a fact. That's a super fact. That's what I think, bro. That's how I'm looking like, yeah, he probably kicked that game, that sweet little game to her. She bit it, line hook sinker, 16. He brung her somewhere, crushed her, got the virginity from her. And once you get a virginity from a chick, that bitch love you, nigga. Like there's no ifs, ands, and buts about how much that bitch love you. That bitch love you. So he probably was dogging her out, treating her like the regular Joe Schmo, regular chick. You know what I'm saying? And that hurt. That hurted her. And she never forgot about it. She never forgot about it. Word up. I'm dead ass, bro. That's what I think happened, bro. Because you gotta understand that. What make her say, unless he physically raped her, that's what happened, bro. I'm telling you, she was young, naive, starstruck. You know, he whispered that player in her ear. She went for it. He got her, bust her virginity. Yep, yep. That's what I think happened. And he sold her dreams, treated her like the regular, treated her like the regular chick. He was cheating on her with Adina. See what I mean? Cheating on her with Adina Howard and cheating on her with whoever else that we probably don't even know about, right? Going through all that hurt, plus cheating, plus she's saying abuse. So, yeah, she never got over that. Those scars is still on her body. You know what I mean? Yeah, them scars are still on her body. Yep, those wounds are still visible on her brain, on her, yeah. Whatever he took her through, is still, yeah, it still bothers her. You know what I'm saying? Yep. He told her to the end of time, right? Woo! I ain't gonna lie. She as far as her body back then, Brandy was nice. As far as her body and all that, but as far as her face, Brandy was just a regular Joe Schmo, bro. I know Project Broads look better than Brandy. I know Tenement Broads that looked better than Brandy back then. I know bitches on the block that looked better than Brandy, on TV back then. You know what I'm saying? So as far as Brandy body, she had a nice little Coke bottle shape and all that. So yeah. Yeah, I don't believe she was a victim though. Yeah, I don't believe she was a victim. I believe it was all consensual, and when it didn't go her way, it didn't go her way, and she didn't get her way. Yeah, those wounds, yeah, that never getting closure, uh, did that. She was average. That's what I said. I said she was average, bro. She was an average looking broad, bro. She wasn't no bad. I never looked at Brandy like, damn, Brandy bad. Never. I was just like, oh, she all right. I never looked at Brandy not one time in her whole career like, damn, Brandy bad. Probably looked at her body like that, like, damn, Brandy got fat. But like overall, I never looked at Brandy like, damn. So like I never put it like this. I never looked at Brandy like how I look at Lisa Ray or, you know, similar kind of, females to Lisa Ray. You know what I'm saying? Lisa Ray was like, God damn, this bitch is bad, boy. Like, nah, I never looked at Brandy like, damn, this bitch is super bad, bro. Nah, she never gave that vibe or that energy. Nah, hell nah. She had the image of the girl next door, not a vixen. Exactly. Exactly.